And what does Madeline think of this?
What's that? She's sleeping.
Okay, she better be.
She's sleeping.
She better be.
It's probably the first time she's going to hear of it.
Yeah, hopefully to keep her away from this show. I don't know, but if people don't know, Dangerous D, he's been on the show before. If you know the Dark Mark show, you know him. But you have your shock show. Hannah saw you at Knotfest. You've been on Ozfest. You've been on all these things, and you have your shock performers. Now, what does somebody have to do to pass muster and be in your shock show? They have to be good. But what separates them from just your average show?
You know what? It's actually that's a really good question because a lot of people hit me up and ask me that. I have over 200 performers that work for me, legitimately throughout the year. Mm-hmm. This is what happens. Maybe it's wrong, maybe it's right. I don't know, but I came up from nothing. Like I moved out to LA 5 years ago with a book bag, $100, and like I bust in Venice. Mm-hmm. And now I'm married. I got a house. I'm doing like the whole thing. Yeah. We're on Ozfest, all this nonsense. Wow. So long story short. I'll give anybody a shot.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you crawl up to me out of the gutter and you're like, hey, I could jump around and do something, and, to entertain, I'll give you a shot. One shot, you get it. If you impress the hell out of me and you're really good, I'll call you back.
Yeah.
And it's very, very rare that takes place. Very rare that happens. Like when I strip it down from 200 people, when I could say, hey, my elite cats that I know that I could send out, put my name on the Dangerous D Shock Show, and they're the best in the world, there's like 8 people.
And this is one of them.
Sitting next to me is one of them. Now, Cyrus Pynn, the Dangerous D, the only one and only sword swallower in the Dangerous D Shock Show. This kid is
nobody else does sword swallowing.
Not one other person can touch a sword in the Shock Show because they can't hold this kid.
Now you're from Virginia.
Yeah, I'm from Virginia.
Second week in a row, we had Ophelia Rain, the adult film star from Virginia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, was here last week. So was your pal Ron Jeremy, but go back to last week's show. But so what led to you to start sword swallowing? Did you start with a knife? I mean, what happened?
I actually started. Right? Yeah, start smaller and then go bigger. Is that how it works? No, I actually started off as a juggler, and
that's what I thought because I've seen you juggle too.
Yeah, it's like I started off as a juggler, and then I came to realize that it was more entertaining, more dangerous juggling I did. It's either that or you're just good at juggling. And
what's dangerous juggling?
Well, dangerous juggling: knives, fire, chainsaws.
Oh, yeah.
People, kids.
Kid you not, I've done it.
Yeah.
And then just dangerous juggling led to sideshow, and the holy grail of sideshow arts is sword swallowing, and I'm a sword fanatic, so.
Yeah, I can see that. You've got your bag full of swords over there.
Yeah, golf bag full of swords. A golf bag was the best investment ever.
So around Virginia, is there a big market for this? Because
no.
Dee was in Baltimore. The only white person, and people saw him, and they're like, white people are fucking crazy, just looking at the shit they did.
I broke out a sword, then they handcuffed me and arrested me. I'd have been done for. He was lucky. He was a hillbilly living in Virginia.
Yeah.
People around there rode up on their dirt bikes, and they were like, holy shit. Wow. You could swallow them things and not kill people with them? I'm telling you, it was unbelievable.
That's
but that was
that's the weirdest redneck I've ever heard in my life. But anyway, you were what the hell that was?
I love these guys.
Yeah.
Blame it on the beer. You're feeding me booze. You want me to do? I have like 2 accents that I can do. One of them is mine, and the other one is mine.
That was like half Family Guy, half Southern redneck. But anyway,
you drink a full 6-pack before you got here.
But again,
dude, he just had a baby and he just got married. Well, he's not going to drink now. When's he going to drink?
I was going to say I've been very, very sober and very, very good. Tonight's my night out, but I'm also working. But I'm telling you right now, too, if I have to piss again, should I go up and go to the bathroom?
Yeah, just go ahead, dude. Go ahead. We got plenty. I'm going to make sure that he swallows swords and that people do splits and anyway, do all the interesting stuff when you leave.
We'll keep it entertaining.
So in Virginia and in the South, did you know other sideshow people doing it, or you just were? Okay.
No, I learned all this from scratch, so to speak.
Right.
Like, I had no mentors, no sideshow friends. I mean, I had some magician friends that had some slight interest in sideshow.
Right.
But no full-on sideshow artists. As then this guy popped up with a gig in California.
Is that what happened?
Actually, it was funny because you know what? I started on the East Coast in Maryland, Baltimore, Annapolis, D.C. I went to Virginia Beach, Delaware, like Vermont to Florida. Me and a buddy of mine, Chris Scarborough, hit it off, and we hit the ground running. It's because the entertainment business, there's only like 20 people out there doing that kind of shit. So everybody knew who everybody, whether you're friends or not, you knew like what was going on. But there also wasn't really a market for it. Mm-hmm. People weren't knocking down doors for sword swallowers. So we used to have to like fight to get in. So you kind of like, you figure out and develop like that situation and how that works and where everybody's at. And then what happens is I come out here and I put on like this big show.
Right.
You know, I never heard of him. I finally, like, I went from performing myself in clubs with like 2 or 3 people to getting the Ozfest contract where we broke a record, the world record for the largest traveling circus.
It was like 50 people, wasn't it?
It was like
That's
52
great.
people that performed on stage at the same time, all doing like sideshow, right?
That's great.
So we get on this thing. So I get like thousands of submissions when I put a post up, hey, I'm looking for these guys. He's one of them that files in. So he stands out and like whatever the case. Me, I think he's living